This is an experimental pilot project creating an atmosphere where the manure will create an environment where microorganisms will thrive and eat the fuel contamination. This may be for a period of months to up to a year.
That's for the process.
This is for the process. This is really sounds like something there that Nick is working on, trying to refine this process.
I know this is a small piece of this, but it's, I feel, a fair question that if this is something that works in little spots where everybody's had a oil barrel that dripped, and instead of it being, you know, all the alarms, couldn't they be able to just take this contaminated soil somewhere in town?
I know, I think they have something that actually eats the little critters that you can put it in places. I really
Okay.
do.
Well, I'm thinking if we're gonna set up a small site to do this, and
It could be something that we could look into.
yeah,
And
well, it's all we have is small problems.
Well, just small, that's right, they drop
Right.
fluid.
And the thing that Nick would was talking about is this would be something, you know, they'd rope it off, control to the site would be, or the access to the site would be controlled.
Right.
Now, where he's the EPA, does he know if we could put that down by our dump, the old dump? Or that
No.
conflict with our EPA closing?
Oh, no,
It's gotta
we
breathe.
can't do anything.
You gotta mow it, it's gotta breathe.
But I'm sure
thought.
if it would work,
Good thought.
and it was something that was feasible, I'm sure we could find a site
Yes.
where it could be monitored. The dump,
Yeah, the dump, how many years will it breathe before it's gone?
oh my
Forever?
gosh, it's,
I'm not
no,
even sure they know, but
I don't think.
we're
they
going
know.
through the process
Right.
with Marion, and that's,
Okay.
we have to mow it every couple of years.
Right,
Well, John, that sounds like,
our dump has to be mowed twice a year.
right.
Is that right?
Yes, and the foliage has to be cut back, and they come down and inspect it.
It's all spelled out in your closing plan that you
Right.
have to do.
So this committee should be members of the Historical Society.
That would be, you know, very good because that's
They're the ones who have the vision, because it's their
Exactly.
historic.
it's their it's their property.
Right.
And then once the town turns it back over to them, you know, that would be their vision as to what they want to do with the property.
So far, John has been our representative in this process, and I'm assuming that you would continue to be
Yep.
on that
And
committee.
write the grant, I hope.
Yeah, I mean,
Going to the tips and tricks.
You know,
getting
will
grant.
that stretching you too far?
Huh?
Like putting you on yet another committee, or should it?
What?
No, he wouldn't be on the committee.
He's not on the committee,
Oh,
he's
just
just our
administrative,
representative to
So he's had
to
all the
keep it.
training on how to drop the I, cross the T, get.
Make
well,
sure
they
that
have
we're
they have
kept
a
up to date.
yeah. Nick mentioned there that they had a training class, and then I could go to that, and then hopefully when we write the grant, we'd be able to apply what was discussed in the training class and
Unless you want to pay
get a
somebody.
successful application.
No.
There should be a collaborative effort with people from the Historical Society.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
In writing.
Yeah. Well, they'll need, right, they'll need a narrative and a mission statement and language created for that. And they're the ones. Good.
But he, like I said, he will be at the next selectmen's meeting, and the fact that he was able to, or he wanted to commit to coming to a meeting, and this soon in the process, I think really stands a lot about this project.
Looking forward to meeting them.
Next item, I'm sure everybody knows the Christmas lights downtown. Public Works put them up.
Twice,
They were,
thank you, Public
Thank you.
Works.
Thank you.
Thank you, Public Works.
Yeah.
the first time they were vandalized, the group of kids went down, they took some of the bulbs out, and they not only were happy with that, but they cut the lights. We had some lights up here, some partial sets, and the Public Works boys come up here and they spent part of an afternoon trying to put a set together. They were unsuccessful,
They tried.
but they tried. The effort was there. And then Maureen was talking to her about it, and she was going over to Callis, and she offered to pick up some more lights. Really feeling that in the spirit of Christmas, that one action shouldn't let us down. In the meantime, one of these lights had a camera on it.
We should discuss whether we're
Right.
Right.
It's been passed over to the sheriff's department.
And that information has been turned over to the sheriff's department.
Amen.
And enough of that.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
There's a lot of people who stay up quite late around town, including myself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the big thing is, if people see stuff going on, let us know.
Right.
Or call the sheriff's department.
911.
Well,
You
sure.
know, I mean, the big thing is, as long as people turn the other way, it's gonna continue to happen.
Mhm.
It's when people stand up and say, hey, this is what I saw, this is what's going on.
We all have something invested in it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Our tax dollars.
it's our community.
Right.
Great.
I mean,
Well, we have funds invested in it, we have people's time invested in it,
Pride.
pride of the
Exactly.
community.
right.
Okay.
The public works people really took time out of their schedule to make sure the lights were up before the parade.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, right after the parade, a few days after, we had a little vandalism party. And after we went up and got some more lights, they again took time out of their schedule to get the lights up a second time. And these lights are blinkers, which we didn't know.
But they sure look snazzy.
You know when you're downtown.
Yeah.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So,
This one, again, while we're talking about break it in,
yeah, we can.
I think it's the perfect time.
Go ahead.
While we're talking about public works, I received a letter from the Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry. Basically, it's from Joe Power. He's the maintenance coordinator of the boating facilities program. These are the people that operate the boat ramp here in Lubec. And it's a note to me stating, John Sutherland, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the town of Lubec, and in particular the highway crew, Ricky Bradley, Robert and Daniel, for all the hard work that they helped me out with over the year and the past years included. I can't thank them enough for all they do. Anytime I need them, they're there. Please pass on my profound appreciation of their help. I would like to take this opportunity to wish all of you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Sincerely, Joe Powers.
We'd like to make sure we get a
Thank
copy
you,
of this, all three of their personnel files.
Definitely.
Okay.
As a board, thank you guys for doing a
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.
Next item is a reminder that sewer foreclosures are scheduled for December 26th.
Please make arrangements with the office to get those paid if you don't want your property.
Copy of the list.
The top four, he had called today trying to find out where his payment is. He sent it out on, the 18th, 17th, 18th. And we still haven't received it, so he was going to contact FedEx to find out where it's at. And then we had a payment come in this morning, which has been closed off.
Excellent.
But the other ones have been notified, so.
Pretty
hopefully
much
we
the
will-
same
Yeah.
as.
Same
as the
players.
others, Same players.
Thank you guys for your hard
Please.
work,
Yeah.
getting hold of them, we appreciate that.
Please
mean-
come in before the 26th. And
Make arrangements.
yes,
We do not want your property. The whole story behind that light's always there.
That is one thing about the office. I mean, every, whenever foreclosures are due, whether it's, Randy, girls in the front, Betty, I mean, they really go above and beyond. Sometimes people move and they don't contact us. I've seen, some of the people in the front counter go to a Facebook page of a friend who would know where that new location would be just to get their address so they can say, hey, look, this needs to be taken care of.
Wow.
I mean, and they really go above and beyond to contact people.
Oh, that's really nice.
The other item on the Public Works update, and this is something I wanted to discuss with the board. There is a CDBG grant out there for public facilities. It is a $50,000 grant opportunity. We've been working on the Public Works sand salt shed in the garage. We put a proposal together to the town. The town decided that that wasn't something that they could support. One of the things they cited was price and some other issues. One of the questions that I have is, you know, the problem did not go away. You know, we still need to do something about the sand salt shed. We have a survey going out early in January, and we're hoping to have the town let us know where they would like it. We have some proposed town-owned properties that, you know, we could use that probably wouldn't cost a lot to the town since how we already own them. And there's also places there for them to put other proposed sites.
Also splitting the project up and different. Really want you guys' input.
Yeah.
Now, originally, the Public Works Committee felt the need was for both the sand salt shed and the Public Works garage. By combining them and presenting the project to a contractor, there was going to be a cost savings. One of the things that, when we went to town meeting, there was concerns about the price tag. So, in talking about it, talking to Maureen, talking to the selectmen, one of the proposals would be to do it in stages. You do one project, pay for it, then maybe do the other project and pay for it. There is a letter of intent for the $50,000 CDBG grant that needs to be in Augusta by January 18th. One of the concerns and one of the issues that I'd like to talk to the selectmen about is there is you have to have your funding sources secure. In this case, we're a municipality. Some of these funds are going to have to be secured by a town meeting. We've got money in the sand salt shed. We got the $50,000 from the CDBG, but we would need probably about little over $300,000 for the sand salt shed. And the question is, do the selectmen feel that this is something
read on that. It's a lengthy answer.
that they do want to pursue? It is a rush. You know, it's going to be pushing the dates. But it is $50,000. It doesn't give us the go-ahead to build it. It's just we're looking for all avenues to find money. The more money we can find, the less we put to the town. But it does require to have the money committed.
I don't think, as a board, but once we talk about it more, we can make a decision. But I don't think we should go through with this time. I think it's too soon of a deadline. If we have after the previous meetings we've had, I think we have a duty to spend some more time on the issue and feel out what they'd like and wait till the surveys come back in and try hopefully have more meetings with them. I mean,
I agree.
In the grand scheme of our project, $50,000 isn't a lot to try to rush and make a poor decision on.
Right.
I would feel much more comfortable waiting and missing this one grant. I mean, look at the last time we had a grant opportunity, we couldn't meet the deadline because our committee was just forming, and I mean, here we are, and there's already another grant. So I think by going slow, there'll be more grant opportunities, and we'll be better prepared for them next time.
I agree.
Well, I also want to say, though, that I appreciate John's efforts in trying to get us some money wherever we can to reduce the burden to the taxpayers.
Right.
But really, everyone who I spoke to after that special town meeting realized and admitted that, yes, they know that the sand pile is a problem. Well, we have to do something about it, folks. And if we have to build the salt sand shed first, then that's what we have to do. Right. And from our town meeting, there was a certain amount of money that was allocated showing the town's intent to handle this situation with a structure. So at some point, and as Justin succinctly pointed out, after we get the survey back, we re-pursue this, and we're still going to try for money that's going to reduce the load on the taxpayer. But it doesn't make the problem go away until we fix it.
I think I agree. Unfortunately, it's just too short a time. And I think it is important that we get the survey back. I think it's important that we have another round of meetings.